Happy Monday. The rain is falling across Kansas City on a start of the new week here on KCMO 95.7 FM. It is that time of the week here on the show.
It's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly on KCMO Talk Radio. Now on 95.7 FM.
All right, here's the good. The good from the weekend. For the first time in U.S. history, a school district that changed the name of schools honoring Confederate generals voted to restore the names years later. Now, before you're like, whoa, what are you, apologizing for the Confederacy? No, I don't care about that. You know, I'm not one of these people that thinks like, I should be allowed to fly the Confederate flag. I think that's an embarrassment. All right, I don't like to fly the flag for losers. But what I also don't like to do is try to, in a very Orwellian way, rewrite history and act like the name of a school is in any way going to dictate the success of a student. When most people couldn't even tell you who these schools are named after, what these statues are all about. And that was one of the insane things that happened in this country 4 years ago, right? In the wake of all the George Floyd craziness. Hey, let's rename schools. Let's, take Aunt Jemima off the syrup bottle as if, that was ever an insult, or Uncle Ben came off the rice packet. It just didn't make any sense. Regardless of about how you felt about that moment in time in the nation's history, the answer was not to erase people from history. The answer, if anything, was to make sure people knew their history and knew about the people involved in their nation's history. Hey, George Floyd got killed. What do? Take the Indian off the Land O'Lakes butter. Let's do that. That makes a lot of sense. Said nobody ever with any ounce of common sense. But that's what we did. So the school district in Virginia is bringing back the names of the individuals who were on these schools in Virginia after removing those names 4 years ago. And now what they're going to do is they're going to, one, if they want to change this, if the school board does want to eventually change the names, they will put it to a public vote. That seems very reasonable. Put it to a public vote. But what it is in a broader picture is a sense of, wow, maybe we went too far. And that's what always happens on a lot of these major issues, culturally and otherwise. The pendulum swings way too far in one direction, and then people try to even it back out and level it back out. And you're forever trying to find that happy medium. And I'm glad that, whether it's Target announcing over the weekend that they're going to be more targeted, no pun intended, on where they promote their tuck-friendly swimsuits for kids. You also have examples like this, where people realize in the last few years, we might have gotten a little crazy and gone a little too far in some of this nonsense. And that is a breath of fresh air. All right, the bad from the weekend. So Jerry Seinfeld gave the commencement at Duke. And Jerry Seinfeld actually said some good things here I'll play in a second, but students walked out of the Duke University commencement as Jerry Seinfeld's speech was announced. And some of the students started chanting, "Free, free Palestine." As a Jewish man, Jerry Seinfeld took the stage, took the podium, and started giving a very solid commencement speech. Let's roll it. 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
So on my staff in the 90s, we had a lot of Harvard guys. They were fantastic, but I could never understand why these guys were so embarrassed about being from Harvard. They would never talk about it. They would never mention it. I'm not talking about Harvard now. I'm talking about the way it used to be. You're never going to believe this. Harvard used to be a great place to go to school. Now it's Duke.
So he's giving some props to Duke. He's trying to show him a little bit of love. But in the meantime, you got literally dozens of students. I mean, I'm looking at the video now, and I would say it's at least several dozen who are walking out chanting, "Free, free Palestine." It's like, I'd take away their certificate of graduation. That's what I do. I saw one student at Columbia over the weekend. She went viral because as she accepted her diploma, she ripped it up on stage. Like, by the way, what a self-own. You just got handed a diploma from Columbia University. You probably are in tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt that you have to pay back. Well, I'll show them. I'm going to rip up the diploma. Like, it just goes to show you these people are not that bright at these Ivy League schools. I mean, they may be book smart, but some of them are real morons. In fact, more of them than we probably realized, John.
Well, yeah, when she finds out that she needs it and a replacement fee is like $200 or something. I know people, that's happened to you. You lose your thing and you can get a replacement, but it'll cost you.
Yeah, put it on my student loan tab and hopefully Joe bails it out one day, you know?
Yep.
That's your best bet at this point. That was the bad from the weekend. The ugly, the way my Mother's Day ended was me at an urgent vet with Woody, our 12-year-old 20-pound Havanese, who got attacked by a couple of Huskies down the block. And it is, I admit, in part my fault. We were wrapping up a Mother's Day afternoon. Mom's out, getting some alone time. You know, Dad's got the girls sitting on the front porch. Woody's on the front porch, off his leash, which he has done many times, I admit. And everyone's kind of hanging out on the porch. Now, we have railings on the front porch, so he just can't, like, sprint off the porch. But these two Huskies down the block start walking by, and the owner implies to me that she's going to walk the other way when the dogs start barking at each other. And I'm like, great. But then the dogs start pulling her towards our house. So suddenly they're not walking the other way. And as I'm trying to make sure that 3 kids, 5 and under, especially our middle one, does not go up to the dog, because I don't want her going near 2 full-grown Huskies, and she wants to pet every dog that she sees, Woody makes a run at the Huskies. And he quickly learned, as a 20-pound Havanese, he is not going to win the fight with 2 full-grown Huskies. And he got bit pretty good. So I spent 4 hours at the urgent vet last night. He's got the cone of shame on his head. He got stitches on his mouth, behind his ear. He's got drainage pipes coming out of his skin to prevent bacteria from building up. And he is a hurting pup this morning. They had to sedate him, put him under, and take care of him. And for me, I figured out a pretty impressive way to screw up Mother's Day. So I admit I should have had him on the leash. I admit that. But still, just a brutal way to end Mother's Day for me. So hopefully he didn't screw it up like I did, because, man, it was not pretty. But prayers up for Woody. I put the photo up on the X page and the Facebook page last night if you want to see it there. But he's going to be hurting here for a couple of weeks. But thankfully, he is A-okay. There's the good, the bad, and the ugly.